Hello, my name is Yeongseop. I'm new trade commissioner of Korea in Melbourne. It's been a great pleasure and a very honor to introduce new and emerging industries of Korea. I just allowed 15 minutes, but I prepared 60 pages of slides. So yes, I'm trying my best to make it shorten. Yes, let me start. Yeah, this is my title of the presentation. Korea's economy. When you look the major economic index of Korea, Korea ranked 11th in the world GDP, and 8th trade volume, and 4th in current account balance. And Korea has demonstrated an outstanding economic growth rate over the years. This year, we are expecting around 3% GDP growth rate. From 2006, Korea has shown over the 150% increase in exports over the last 10 years. When it comes to ratio of the public debt to GDP, Korea has maintained a stable level and recording one of the lowest level among OECD countries. Despite some challenges, you can see the pictures. Remained very stable. The red lines illustrate Korea's stock market, and the other colors represent Japan, Hong Kong, and Singapore stock market. You can see two main person over there, Mr. Kim and Mr. Trump. Yes, we will be getting better at these two people's meeting and this week, I hope. As previously mentioned, because of the ongoing strong economic stability, Korea was rated as a highly stable market by 3 major credit rating agencies. The country now has the highest rating in all Northeast Asia. Okay, let's take a look at the strengths of Korea. Why Korea? The slide you are looking at right now illustrates Korea's #1 industries based on sales and volume. And these industries include smartphones you are using every day, auto parts and lithium batteries, and so on. I'm sure some of you, these names look familiar to you. These 15 companies were listed in the Fortune Global 500. Korea is highly accessible to China, with the Incheon Airport offering over the 1,500 flights to 40 cities every week. So you can go Incheon and fly to major cities of China in 1 and 2 hours. Another strategic position of Korea is its accessibility to the North Pole route. So it will be, if you were to transport goods to Europe using North Pole route, it will be around the shortened by 7,000 kilometers and 10 days. Domestic market. I understand important parts of Korea's appear as an investment for investors, like carsale.com are very attractive market of domestic market and IT infrastructure we have. So according to the World Economic Forum study on domestic market volume, Korea ranked 13th among 140 countries. So we can listen in more detail from Mr. Cameron McIntyre, CEO of carsale.com in later session. B2C e-commerce index. Korea has very excellent e-commerce infrastructure. In B2C e-commerce index, which factors the internet penetration rate and credit cards, as well as delivery system, Korea ranked number 7 in the world and number 2 in Asia. Here are some Korean branches of global brands that have achieved top sales in the world. Global companies from various fields, including those in the fields of entertainment, fashion, and beauty, are recognizing the Korean market as a test bed for new products and new market. Most innovative in the world. According to Bloomberg's Business Week ranking, Korea is ranked as the most innovative country in the world. I believe so. Korea comes in number 2nd in total expenditure on spend on R&D. Korea also has a great intellectual property environment. The Global Intellectual Property Center, IPC, ranked Korea at 19th place among 45 countries in the IP index. Korea offers world-class IT infrastructure so that you can conduct business without limits. We already mentioned Korea's state-of-the-art internet and mobile technology that has been at the center of the growth for startups. Even Eric Schmidt, the former CEO of Google, recognized Korea's mobile environment as the main factors of this growth. Korea placed 3rd place in UN e-government survey. Not only developing countries, but also developed countries such as Germany are benchmarking on our e-government system. We have the highest level of tertiary education among OECD nations. We have FTA relation with 52 countries, including Australia, we mentioned earlier, EU and US, and China, which are world 3 largest market. With our comprehensive FTA network and the power of the Made in Korea brand, global companies can expect to build their network with Chinese and global markets. Let's talk about foreign direct investment trend of Korea right now. Last year, Korea's inbound FDI increased by 7.7% from the previous year to record high again. By region, Asia was the biggest source of FDI to Korea in 2017. I hope Australia increased the investment to Korea also. By countries, United States was the biggest, and second Japan, second UK, and third from Japan. Korea's total inbound FDI increased in 2017 thanks to the rise in the facility investment in manufacturing sectors. So we have those kind of very excellent manufacturing facility. So Australia is getting leading of those manufacturing. So Korea is the very promising investment partner for manufacturing. FDI by type, greenfield investment, which entail the establishment of new factory or business facility, increased for 4 years. 4 years low, and it reached a record high again in 2017. An increasing number of foreign invested companies being established in Korea for the purpose of entering Korean market or utilizing Korea's global network. Currently, 223 enterprises of Fortune Global 500 have entered into Korean financial, technology, motor vehicle and parts, and healthcare markets. Investment opportunities in new and emerging industries. There are several industries I'm going to mention today, which you can focus on from now on. IoT, Internet of Things. The global market is rapidly growing for the Internet of Things, which connects everything from people, objects, and spaces to the Internet, and thereby collects, produce, shares, and use data. Among G20 countries, Korea was recognized as second best prepared to realize IoT and use it to create profit. Demand for IoT. Based on OECD survey, Korea was number 1 in the world in number of connected IoT devices for every 100 persons. As you may know, Korea's smart home market is considered to have already satisfied the technological and environmental conditions for providing complete IoT services. This is a case of investment. US-based C company, maybe you know, which is the world's biggest network solutions provider, has continued to make investment in Korea. IoT-based company, iOS-based smart city sectors. Another sector is robot. Korea overtook Japan in 2015 as the second biggest market for industrial robots in terms of sales volume, and has maintained that ranking in 2016. Yes. Korea has such a large industrial robot market because its manufacturing industry accounts for 30% of GDP, even higher than Germany and Japan. Because it is a global leader in automotive, display, and semiconductor industries. So Boston Consulting Group predicted that Korea will remain world number 1 in industrial robot density. Korea's current level of robots technology is considered to be fourth in the world. Yes, this is the investment case. Japan, leading global industrial robot company called Y, built its first robot factory in Korea. Germany company K established its first Asia Research Institute in the Daegu area to develop robot automation solution. So another area we are looking at is big data. Big data in Australia. Yes, I found this difference. I just been here around 3 months. Thanks to the active investment by the government and private sector, Korea's big data market is growing at a faster rate than in any other market in the world. By sector, as of 2016, the private sector accounted for 70% of Korea's big data market. Korea's big data market is focused on investment in infrastructure such as server, storage, and networks. The technology level of Korea big data industry is considered to be around 65% or 3 years behind that of advanced countries. Investment cases, US-based mobile advertising company called T acquired Korea big data startup F, and Japanese company Reward, another reward-based advertising platform startup, and they acquired. Also, Korean energy data analysis startup E received large-scale investment from global investment fund. Cloud. Clouds are services that allow companies or individuals to use IT infrastructure by paying only for the services and used without having to purchase the necessary servers or hardwares. Korea's cloud market is growing at the same level as global market. Korea's cloud industry is expected to grow, but still it is early stages. The cloud adoption rate of companies is 37% in advanced countries, but merely 18% in Korea. However, this also means that there are great opportunities for providers, starting with opportunities to supply service to companies, IT games, like other major Korean industries. Individual demand. As you know, mobile data usage in major countries, Korea ranked number 3, and also mobile data using in Korea is very quickly rising. This investment case from company M, global company A, and I opened its service in Korea. So if you want to know about the real name of this MAAI, please contact me. I can tell you in private way. Semiconductor. As you know, Korea is number 1 country in DRAM area. Korea semiconductor industry recently undergoing a paradigm shift in demand and experiencing a record boost. Corporate investment in facilities is also growing. DRAM market, the share of the global DRAM market of the Korea manufacturer is around 75%. Korea companies like making extensive investment to meet this surging demand for memory chips from some smartphone like IT gadgets you have. Last year, Korea semiconductor equipment maker surged by around 70% again, taking number 1 spot from Taiwan, which had been at the top of for the past 5 years. Yeah, this investment case from Japan, Italy, and Sweden. Byeon. Korea's VR market is expected to grow by an average annual growth rate of 40%. And technology, Korea's overall technology level appears to be slightly ahead of China, but is still behind the US, EU, and Japan. For VR devices, Korea is currently highly competitive on the global stage, as large companies are using their technology for manufacturing small OLED displays. Some kind of, you can see smartphone-based HMD devices already. VR, those are investment case for the Korean VR companies. It's in the 15 minutes? Okay, good. So in conclusion, you will find additional information on our website. I also hope you will check out the Kotra Express as well as our blog and LinkedIn page, which are all quick and easy way to keep up with what's going on in Korea. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Trade Commissioner Byeon. I've never seen anyone go through 65 slides in 15 minutes, but you managed to do it, so congratulations. And what a fantastic set of statistics and slides that you had for us, and definitely showed a solid case for investing in Korea. I know one of the stats up there was the Wi-Fi speed, and one of my frustrations of coming back to Australia after living in South Korea for a couple of years was how slow our internet is and how quick it is in Korea. So thank you for that. Just to also mention, we do have a few representatives here from Kotra, and they have quite a few brochures outside. So if you are interested in finding out more of what Trade Commissioner has said today, please don't hesitate to speak to any of the representatives or have a look at some of the brochures outside.